Okay, let me take you through this job here just to kind of give you an idea of our millings project on a residential house. What I'm walking on right now, I've just started prepping. I'm about 2 hours into prepping. I've got this, it's just the washout from concrete trucks that has been used to just help give this customer some solid footing to drive on. Part of me wants to leave it. I can't leave it because the hump, I don't know if you can see it, but let me see if I can't. The crown just is a little too high. So my box blade is not heavy enough to penetrate it. So I'm gonna bring my excavator out and rip it up, try to break it up into small enough pieces where I can reuse it in the driveway. So we've sprayed the grass. I've just dropped my scarifiers in the ground and just breaking up the top layer. Try to get a nice smooth base for the millings. So my plan will be to bring the excavator out, knock out a couple of these tougher spots, bring my tiller out, 6-foot tiller, after everything's broke up real well, and try to fine tune it with the tiller, and then run the box blade over it again. And then I'll be ready for the millings. We're gonna go about 6 inches on this project. His property just sits lower in general. Okay, we're day 2. Day 2 on the project. We got 140 tons of material coming in tomorrow. So you can see we were able to knock down this ridge and get a better starting point. A lot of this road has already got a good base. I really hate tearing up a solid base, but sometimes you just have to do it to get a good starting point so everything's level. But this driveway will deviate from 3 inches to 7-8 inches deep. It's on this turn here is where we will probably be the deepest. Seems to hold a good bit of water. I had 5 tons of recycled concrete come in today. I'll show you here in a second. And that's just a 25% loaded truck, and he was rutting up the driveway, right about there. So we need to make sure that's real thick. A lot of times I don't roll my millings. A lot of people do. A lot of people swear by rolling, but there's some projects that I will. This is one of them. So I had to just hand spread in here recycled concrete. It's their fines. It's a 1/4 inch minus. So the road will stop at this point. And over the next couple days, I'll be spreading the material and rolling it in, and I'll show you a final result. All right, day 3 of this millings job, and should be done tomorrow. Everything's down and pretty much graded out. I got a little bit of handwork to do. Tomorrow we're gonna roll it. I really want to emphasize something in this video though. If you're a potential customer, this is a good example of what to expect when you get a base material for an aggregate. So the the millings look like fill dirt. I mean, if you look at it, it's freshly put down. It doesn't look like ground up road. And if you look real close, I mean, you can see that the millings are covered in a fine layer of dust and crushed material. So what this is when the road is tore up, it goes over to the crushing machine, and there's really two types of millings. There's really chunky millings that come straight from the road. We don't like working with those. They bind well, but they're hard to grade out nice, and usually have the reflectors and whatnot in it. And then you've got reground, or some people call them screened millings. These are reground or screened millings, and they're sent off to a crushing plant, and they're ground down to a smaller size. And what happens is, as they're being ground, the millings are about an inch and a half in diameter, minus, to dust. And without fail, as I put this stuff down, and the same thing with crushed concrete, our fine material, our base material, is that it comes in looking dirty. It looks like sand, or it looks like dirt. And as we lay it, if you are watching us put it down, you can cast some early judgments on it, and not like the material. It won't be what you're expecting, but give it one good rain or hose it down, and then the aggregate comes out in it. So this, hopefully it rains tonight. It appears we got a front coming through, and in the morning, if it does rain, I'll take another video and I'll show you, and this will look like a totally different driveway. So tomorrow we will be rolling it and touching up the edges here. Hopefully praying for some rain, and if we get it, give you an idea of what it looks like after it's washed. All right, just coming in the morning, little bit of rain, just not enough to wash the aggregate. So I will fire up the hose and hose down one area so you can get an idea what it looks like after it's washed. All right, just fired up the hose, get a little bit better of an idea once it's washed. Now, I just ran the hose for a minute or two, but so you can see how it looks like dirt or fill dirt, but once the top layer is washed off, you can start to see the asphalt come through. Like I said, hosed it down just for a minute, so it can use even more washing. All right, I will do one more shot once I get it rolled. All right, here's the final video of it rolled. To get a look at it one more time. Once it rains, it'll look completely different, as the millings will be washed. Roller can only get so close to edges. I may hand tamp it. Really, in the end, it'll settle. Rolling is it's really a customer preference. If you want to speed up the compaction, it'll compact on its own in time with the weather and just driving on it. So there you have it. That is a asphalt millings job from start to finish, and went down real good.